Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and what time you're watching this. I'm here with the King of Chaos,
Good
Danny.
morning, good morning, Joe. Good morning, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello. We're here on another day, November the 14th. Wow, the year's almost gone again. Can you believe it, Danny? Can you believe
Yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah. It seems like yesterday we did the live stream on a Friday, right? A week passed by. A
Well,
week.
no, I know it for you. It takes. It doesn't you say it feels like it takes a long time for a week to get to the next live
Oh,
stream.
yeah. It's a long week.
Yeah, I know you like it.
Sure.
Well, Danny, I'm going to start out by telling everybody, hey, Danny, just have something to talk about too. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with my toothache. I got the last molar, the very last back molar cracked a little bit months ago, and it's now, I got a toothache, so I got a dentist appointment lined up. But the
Right.
dentist appointment's not for 4 days. There's this guy. I do this before we start, okay?
I forgot. I forgot to
And
clean the
every
cat.
time I'm talking, this guy gets here like a minute before showtime. I'm like, get here 10 minutes before. Anyway, so I got an appointment, but it's not until 4 days. Now, the thing is, I was all right for, the thing is, a lot of people have had toothaches. People know what it's like. You have a toothache, you do something. In my case, at 3 o'clock in the morning, first I gargled vigorously with Listerine, clean it, get the germs, if there's any food stuck in there or something, it comes out. And then I gargle furiously with warm salt water, which helps infection and stuff like that. And that helped a lot. Not all the way, but a lot at 3 in the morning. So then what I did was I took 2 Tylenol. I do not like taking pills and Tylenol and things, but if I'm taking Tylenol, if I take it, you better believe that I need it because I don't. I've dealt with things my whole life and for pain. So I said, all right. And then I woke up. I went back to bed. I was trying to go back to bed about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Excuse me, 4 o'clock. It was a little after 4. But anyway, and I did fall back asleep. Got another couple hours, so that helped. And now I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel a lot better. Normal till the next flare up.
Don't talk too fast, Joe. First of all, you gotta eat soft foods. Okay, maybe you should try baby food. You can't chew on that side. Number one.
Like ice cream.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
yeah. But maybe you can fast for 4 days.
Well, hello there, Joe. Well, the thing is, you say the fact that you're in that much pain, surprised the dentist would make you wait 4 days. Well, actually, this is a new dentist. I decided I wanted a new dentist, so I went to this new place. They have 5 different dentists there. Actually, the dentist they gave me was a young lady. I never had a female dentist before, so she's very, very young, and it's going to be interesting. But anyway, here's the thing: I wasn't in pain when I called, and if it was, I think if I was in severe pain like last night, they would take me immediately. I'm sure, but I said no, I'm all right. It hadn't bothered me for, sometimes you go 4, 5 days without any pain, and then it comes back. So
Right. Yeah. Especially over the weekend. The weekend's coming. Everybody's closed. Joe will be in pain. He'll be calling me, crying to me. Oh, Danny, I got pain.
he should, yeah. I'll be crying. See, again, this is the first time in 4 minutes and 12 seconds where Danny's the first one to start somewhere. There's gonna be a little abrasive. We could start arguing, but I'm still trying to work with him. Here's the thing I'll say about that. Yeah, that may be the truth. I like to get friends. I was trying to tell you a funny story. Don't let me forget the funny childhood story. Uh, I like the friends to help, lean on and stuff. Why not? And loved ones, why not? But the thing is, and they're welcome to do the same for me if I'm there if they need. But anyway, don't think Danny doesn't get upset. I've heard him be upset about problems. That's all I'm saying. When you have
Wait a minute. I tell Joe about my brother. Oh, he did it to himself. Oh,
well, he did. Your brother Guido was.
You don't have to say that.
Well, good, and I do it to myself. Good morning, Mike. What's going on there?
Morning.
Hello, Ramoga. What's a good
Good
word
morning.
with you?
Uh,
Elvin, good morning. Terry Carter, good morning.
good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Robin.
And
Robin's
Mike
back.
Walchester calls you Rockin' Robin.
That was my name when I was a child from my grandfather.
And
Ladies.
and see, look at this. Hi, ladies. Mark says I do love the arguments. That's what they tune in for. That's what they tune in for. But here's what I was going to tell you. This is hilarious. I'm always like I'm a big baby. When it comes to like injury and things, it's like my world stops. Like if I have if something's wrong with me health wise, it's like that's all I care about. That's all I care about. Yes, November 13th. Every November 13th, I think to myself, on November 13th, Felix Unger was asked to remove himself from his place of residence. That request came from his wife. All right. But anyway, we'll get to this in a minute. But the thing is, so I'm always like that. Now, I have a couple of pictures of me from when I was a boy. Now, I'm very small. I don't know how old I am. I don't know if I'm 3 or 4 years old. 3, I think. I'm really small. Anyway, there's a picture of my grandmother, and I'm sitting on the couch with my grandma. Now, I fell and I scraped I cut my elbow as a kid. I fell, I remember. So in this picture, my grandmother's holding my baby sister. She's holding her, and I'm on the side. I'm like this. I'm making a face, look like with a scab. I'm like that, right? And then there's another picture later on. It must have been Thanksgiving or Christmas or something. And the whole family, there's a whole table. You see the whole table, long table, with everybody, all grandfather, grandparents, the kids, everybody, like 10 people sitting at the table. And I'm in all the way at the far end. And there I am like this, a little kid. I'm like, with the whole family portrait, I'm like, so that's all that's on my mind is like, hey, look, I'm hurt, what is that all about? Now, I put myself out there. Okay, I say this. I admit it. I like help. I like consideration. Who doesn't? Still smoking, Danny?
Yeah, sure.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. You are?
Yeah, I'm smoking.
Now, something interesting happened. Danny, he's diabetic. He admits that. And he shows his sugar every time we're on here. Do you know while we were on the air, I saw him eat a bag of M&Ms, a whole bag of M&Ms.
Wait a minute. Now, when you say bag of M, it's
Right.
Halloween. It's Halloween size for the kids. It's a
Right.
little bag of M&Ms.
It was a little packet, fun packet.
Yeah.
Well, he ate the M&Ms in there. And then, as if that wasn't enough, he takes out a Kit Kat. What was it?
Kit Kat. Yeah.
Kit Kat. Unwraps a Kit Kat. Eats the Kit Kat. I took the pictures. I hit. We were on the camera together, so I took screenshots of it. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, I think I had another a piece of Dove chocolate. I'm still here.
Oh yeah, he had Dove chocolate. He's still here. Yeah, I know, but it's amazing.
Oh yeah, Robin had a big bag of candy, and not for Halloween. I don't know. She buys clearance stuff. If there's something on clearance, she'll buy the whole friggin' rack. So she come home with tons of candy.
Because I have 9 grandkids.
You got 9 grandchildren.
Yeah, sure. And you leave them around the house for Danny.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, all right, Rob.
The candy. Cherry says she watched. I walked with a zombie last night. Now, before you go on, Danny, it's not a typical zombie movie. It's not. This is before Night of the Living Dead. This is a 1943 black and white zombie movie. And I will say, even though I appreciate it, because I can appreciate some of those movies for what they are, it's a Val Lewton production. Val Lewton was a guy that made very subtle movies, not a lot of action, just atmosphere. It's like a sleepwalking zombie. It's like you walk in your sleep. There's no blood or nothing. Anyway, a lot of people, even though it's a classic, they think I Walk with the Zombies boring as hell. Boring as hell. I'd like to know what Cherry Carter thought of it. Penny Lane is here. Hello, Penny Lane.
Good morning, Penny Lane. How are you,
It's
love?
my penny lane.
Danny, how's the fasting glucose this morning? Look at this. You believe this first day? 197.
Yeah, because I had breakfast.
Danny, you're scaring me. You're scaring me.
Wait a minute, 197 is nothing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Nah, you know, these doctors make up all the numbers. I don't believe none of them. Okay,
Just keep telling yourself that.
you don't know
Just
anything.
keep telling yourself.
That's right,
So-
Peter. You only live once.
Now, yeah, you only live once, right? Well, that's the thing. You only live once and hopefully 90 years, not freaking like, 60 years, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, 71. Danny, you type 1 or 2?
Type 2.
Type 2. Yeah, well, type 2 is the kind you can control on your own if you do it, but you don't want to do it.
It's not possible.
It is possible.
Yes, it is possible. My girlfriend's doing it, and a lot of people can do it. Don't tell me you can't do it.
Can't do it. I've been through this before already. Okay, if I have breakfast in the morning with no insulin, like this, you see 197. Okay, let's say I didn't take my insulin before I ate. That 197 will be the same till 12 o'clock noon. All right, you have lunch. Okay, so you have something for lunch. All right, so it goes up to 230, 240. It'll stay like that. It might get down 5 points or whatever, and then you have dinner. By the time you know, you're up to past 300. You have to have the insulin because it doesn't matter what you eat.
You have to have the insulin. You do not have to take insulin.
Wait a minute. You just told everybody you took Tylenol, right, for your headache.
Well, you're doing it again, Danny. You're doing it again. This is apples and oranges. You do not have to take insulin every day, type 2 diabetes.
Yeah,
you can control it. You control it with diet. I'm going to mute you because you always say to me, he always goes, you mute me all the time. You mute because you do not have to take insulin.
No.
When you have type 2. What you have to do is not eat bread, which you do.
No.
I muted it till I get this thought out. Not eat Dove chocolate, which you did yesterday. Not eat Kit Kats, which you did yesterday, right? And not have a little packet bag with like 30 M&Ms in it, like you did yesterday. And then people like you, they do it, and then it's like if they're diabetic, they do it, and they say, "Well, I'm just going to take the insulin." No.
All right. I think you should disclose what you had yesterday.
That's neither here nor there. I didn't do too well yesterday either. I didn't.
No.
But that's not what we're talking about. By doing whataboutism in this case ain't going to work.
Those in critical
I don't have
condition
diabetes, not yet. Anyway, I could have it if I'm not careful. And God forbid I do. It'll be my own fault. But anyway, would you like to see a Beatles zombie movie? For Christ's sake, this thing's been up here for like 30 minutes.
No zombie movies. That period.
Yeah, you knew his answer to that was going to be. We knew that. And then Peter Boothroyd says, if you're old, you might as well have a bit of sugar and carbs from time to time. The effects won't kick in unless you live after 100. Well, that's a whole different story, Peter. I might agree with that.
I'm not going to sit here and worry about it.
Of course you're not. You're just going to die. And then when you die, you're going to say from heaven, well, God called me. God wanted me.
Exactly. Now you're learning.
No, that only happens when you're younger or God forbid you have a tragic accident or something like that. That might be a little different. But don't give me this when you do it to yourself.
I'm going to enjoy my sweets, like you enjoy spending your money, and like you say all the time, I want to enjoy myself to the fullest every day.
Preach it to me. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you.
I think you should tell us about the Snickers bar.
No, I don't think I'll talk about that at all. I don't think I will. I had a Snickers bar yesterday, and that's all you need to know about it. We're done. That's it. You said you're going to follow my lead. That's my lead. That's my lead.
You'd be amazed about this story, but I can't.
You'll be that amazed. You'll be amazed how far I kick your butt to the curb.
That throw me off for sure.
Okay? Enough is enough. We're not going to talk about it. I wasn't going to look. All you got to know about it was I wasn't going to eat it. I had it, and I avoided it. And later on, of course, I changed my mind. Not a big deal. I'm a human being. I have fault. The difference between him and me is I don't have diabetes. Or now if I okay, I muted him. Okay, now if I do wind up having it, I don't got nobody to blame but myself. All right, and then you can bet your ass I ain't gonna have no Snickers bars after that. Okay, but right now I don't have it, so it's not wrong of me to have it. Like it is. It's always wrong if people eat crap, but we're humans, right?
Well, you don't have it because you ate it.
You're stupid.
You don't even know what you're talking about. I'm talking if you don't have it, meaning diabetes. What are you talking about?
It's Snickers bar.
You see, his mother, his wife just said, "You're stupid." He is. She's the first one to call him stupid. He's a stupid man. I didn't say it. She said it.
He's funny.
Oh, Joe, I guess
Yes,
before you put a comment up, you know what? Robin, to tell you what happened to us yesterday. Talking about, remember I told everybody don't take a green light for granted.
Oh yeah.
We almost got killed yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We really, really did. The guy ran the red light and went right. He was heading right.
I had a green arrow.
If Danny didn't slam on his brakes like he did, I would have been total or quadriplegic.
I had the green arrow to turn left, so I went to make the turn. This SUV come flying down on the right lane. He must have not seen the red light or whatever, trying to get past anyway. And fortunately, I hit the brakes at the right time instead of trying to hit the gas, because sometimes you get confused. Maybe I could beat this guy. I slammed in the brakes. This guy went right in front of me. He almost
literally went right in front of us. Like it. Oh,
true story.
Still, and I told Linda too.
That's horrible. You never know, man. And I'm going to tell you. And by the way, there's people here with comments. I want to address your comments. I also want to talk about the movie Mother Riley Meets the Vampire. I want to talk about that a little bit. Just hang loose for a little bit. But anyway, you know what I'm noticing more and more now? I've been driving since 1980. I've been driving 45 years, okay? Now, I've never known it as bad as it is now, where I am anyway. I don't understand it. I have my ideas why I think, but that's another story. People that aren't qualified really to drive out there, don't care how they do things around here and where we are in our territory. But anyway, be that as it may, like the other day, this happens. I can't tell. It's a long story, so I'll make it short. But I'm in the right lane. There's another car, like in the next lane. You can't do it justice on screen, and it's ahead of me. The other car's ahead of me. There's a little gap, right? Somebody from behind me speeding. He goes in that little gap, like in front of me and in back of him to get in front of me. And I'm like, where's he going? And the next thing you know, this wasn't a parkway. This was a highway with red lights. There's a red light. So he goes behind, he's zooming 100 miles an hour, takes that little advantage of that little space between a guy in this lane and me in the right lane, goes in front of me. All right. There's a red light right there. So I see him in the side view mirror, and I'm going, what did you get? What did you accomplish? He doesn't know what I'm saying, but I'm going, what did that get? I go, zoom. What? I'm going like that. Like, you got to run a freaking red light. You're at a red light. You went nowhere. You know what I mean? You almost killed him, me, and yourself, and you got nowhere, right? So then the light turns green, and we both have to make a right turn. And let's just say it was weird because we made a right turn onto a side street, a regular residential street, and he stopped on the corner. He looked at me, and I glared at him, and I stopped. Like, who's going to make the first move? Who's going to get out of the car? So I realized at that point, I was just ready to turn. He's like paused. He stopped looking at me, just me and him on the side street, no other cars. And I was going to turn into the parking lot of the record store. But I knew he'd know where I am then. He could get out and do something to my car. So I pretended like I was going straight into the distance. I drove on, and then he finally made a turn and disappeared. Once I saw he was out of backtracked and went into the parking lot of the record store. Because I think, because I
Yeah,
think,
you got aggressive drivers, out there. You don't know what kind of people they are, so it's best not to flip them the finger or start yelling and stuff like that because you don't know who's inside that car. Best just to keep quiet, go about your business.
well, I'm glad you liked I Walked with a Zombie. Right, it's got the mood, right, and the atmosphere. They got the jungle drums. It's about voodoo. The creepy guy with big bulging bug eyes is the zombie guy. Slow movie, not threatening, but you have to like the atmosphere on it because it's not your typical. If you think you're going to get, I wonder how many young people rent the movie I Walked with a Zombie and find out that's what it is. Nothing to do with gut munching ghouls that eat you at all. If you're on insulin, you are on type 1, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I think that's pretty much it. But there's idiots that they're type 2. They don't need insulin, but because they want to eat their chocolate, have their cake and eat it too, they have to take insulin because they keep eating sugar. You don't have to eat sugar, and you could keep it at bay if you're type 2, as I understand it.
No, my paperwork it says type 2 diabetes.
I don't know if you heard anything.
See, they put me on insulin because I had problems with the medication. Especially metformin. That I think that's what caused a lot of my kidney problems. So I can't take
How sweet it is.
I can't take those medications. For diabetes because I have chronic kidney disease. So I just take the insulin.
All right, let's talk about Mother Riley Meets the Vampire. Yeah, that's a fun movie. I don't care what anybody says. That's one of Bela Lugosi's later movies, 1952, 4 years before he died. He made it in England. There's a comedy series in England. There was an old guy in drag. Back to do an old guy in drag. And anyway, called himself Mother Riley, and he had a comedy series of different movies in England. And Lugosi was in there. He's not really a vampire in a movie. He thinks he's a vampire. He acts like lives like a vampire, but he's not. And it's a comedy. And I think it's Lugosi's having fun in the movie. That's the main thing. He's having a good time in it. And I think it's. Did you hear about the movie called Boop? Horror movie about Betty Boop? No, I didn't know about that. I'd like to see that. Boop boopy doop, bang. That's funny. Let's see. We got the transparent one here saying, what's the film with Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin? Maybe somebody answered that. On a summer's cruise. I don't know. Good morning, Christian. What's going on?
Good morning, Christian. How are you today?
By the way, when I see the transparent one, there's only one song I think of, and I'll tell you why. I was in the car yesterday driving my girlfriend to work, and it came on the radio. Okay, that's the song that goes dun 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 dun. I'm coming home. I've done my time, and I'm listening to it. I have a discussion with my girlfriend. I said, blah blah blah, and she says, no, that's not about a guy coming home from prison. That's about a guy coming home from war. He did his time in the war, and that's what a yellow ribbon means. Like this movie, like she wore a yellow ribbon. The yellow ribbon symbolizes the end of the war or freedom from war or something. So we got in a big debate about this. There is a line in Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree where he says later on, he says, I'm really still in prison, and my love, she holds the key. Now, upon reading about it on Wikipedia, apparently it is supposed to be about a guy out of prison. My girlfriend's wrong. Although the inspiration for the yellow ribbon, the whole thing comes from that prisoners of war, not prisoners, people who've been in war, people coming back from the war, the 1700, I think it's 1700. So anyway, that's it. But anyway, there's a little story of Tie a Yellow Ribbon by Tony, Orlando, and Dawn. How did you guys meet? We get this question every so often, Danny, don't we?
Yeah, we didn't meet.
Yeah. Well,
Joe.
Not in person, we haven't, but you know the story. This guy is a big fan of my channel. Let's face it. That's how it starts. See, you too, you too can be on a show with Mayo on a regular as a regular co-host. He was like a sycophant of mine, right, Danny? He started sending me pictures and letters and stuff with his wife.
No, not pictures and letters. One
One,
letter.
one letter.
So exaggerates.
He sent me a letter. Oh, big fan. Here's a picture of my wife.
Yeah, I said I wanted an autograph. He says $50.
Oh, that never happened. Get out of here. You, Danny, 25.
Oh shit!
I'm glad that Eric says glad that Robin and Danny are with us today and they avoided that accident. So the guy went right through the red light, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I had the green arrow. You know the lights there. I have an arrow, so you can go. You can go left. You know, and the cars are supposed to be waiting there at the red. Son of a bitch! That guy coming down. Either he didn't pay attention, or maybe he was stoned. Who the hell knows? But fortunately, I hit those brakes very hard. You know, instead of just trying to speed up and try to get in front of him. You know, I would have killed Robin for sure. Robin would have got nailed because she was the passenger. You know.
Wow. You know, I tell you, the sad thing about that, I always say never trust a green light. Like, wait, you got to wait a little bit. Second, survey the situation quickly. All right, I'll go. But the thing is, anytime that guy could have went through. No, he could. I was going to say no, he couldn't go through there anytime because there's people waiting at the red light in front and it stopped.
Right.
You can't just come through them. It's always the guy in the front that goes through.
There's nobody in front of him. That right lane was empty. He just come down like that and went through the red light. I wish it was cop there, you know. And you know, I was gonna chase him. I was gonna make that U-turn and chase him because down the street he turned right, you know. But I said, nah, guy could have peace or something like that, and you know, it could be end of your life. So best just to let it go, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. I watched Mad Dogs and Englishman concert. Cocker and Leon Russell. Do you like Copper? Oh, you mean Joe Cocker? I actually do like his version, his interpretation, covers of the Beatles. So as a young guy, I didn't like them. So let me see here. Okay, I want to congratulate Joe on only getting 2 albums that he already has instead of 4. Impressive willpower. No willpower involved, Martin. None at all. And you know what? Those 2, I tried canceling the order and I couldn't cancel because they shipped already. So I was going to have none, 0. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. It's just I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm in my early 60s and I just decided there's not a lot of life left. I know it sounds crazy. Even under the best scenario, there's only like what, 25, 30 years, something like that. Not even, maybe. But the bottom line is, yeah, I don't need anything anymore. And everything anymore. Everything. I don't need everything anymore. Don't want everything anymore either. But you see, having said that, remember, there's still going to be times where I still buy things, and it's going to look to the naked eye, to the viewer, that this guy's still buying. But I know I cut it down 90% now or something. What's that picture behind you, Danny? Let's talk about it again.
No, that's a painting of a train. Okay, it's a painting of a train. Okay. In real life, it's very detailed. It's amazing. Like you can go and grab the rail. You know, it's like you get the tumbleweed and the gravel on the side of the tracks, and it's called the Red Caboose. That's it. That's the title of the painting. And I looked up that painter, and I don't know if this is an original or it's got to be an original painting. It's not a silk screen or whatever, because you could see brush marks. You see the brush marks and stuff like that. But I had it a long time. Danny the groupie.
And Danny is a groupie. That's what he was, exactly.
Yeah, I remember Joe. I remember Joe in the past. You know, the guy was funny every once in a while. You
Yeah, you never know. You never know about this. You never know.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, every day of this freaking planet lately is like that. You don't know what you're gonna have. Oh, look at this. The sun's coming through.
Yeah, you're kind of foggy, Joe.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right? I guess I'll
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah. I hate when the sun comes in the morning. I tell Robin to close those drapes. I hate the sun rays come in. But,
You hate when the sun comes in. I love the sun. I love it.
uh,
We've
uh,
had some ugly, disgusting, cold, uh, grainy, gray, miserable, cloudy weather lately. Finally, we got some sun. That's the way I want it. All right. Always liked seeing that painting. I like trains.
yeah, I do too. I like I like to get a train set. You know, like Beetle Brad. You know, but you can spend a fortune on that, and you know, I don't have the room. I don't have the room for that.
Good morning, John
Morning,
Marine.
John.
Free goods for all from the New York Mayor. Well, I don't live in New York City, so I don't have to worry about that.
I heard Robin showed me the clip from Trump. There, we get a $2,000 rebate.
Yeah, but we're not talking about politics, really. Okay,
Politics is rebate money.
it's
2,000.
politics. Anyway. So I don't live in New York City, but I don't have to worry about that. And nothing's for free. Nothing's for free. They're gonna learn. The people that will learn.
Yeah, as far as New York, you know, the mayor or whatever, governor, they got no power here. Like the Wizard of Oz, you got no power here.
Yeah, Danny's favorite movie, fit for a 3-year-old, 2-year-old.
Oh man, there's nothing like it.
No, there's lots better than that. It's a
Nah,
good movie.
great movie.
Yeah. Hey, I hear we got people now again. Beautiful morning. So they're gonna. First of all, 8:30 in the morning is too early for this crap to go on. You hear this? They got landscaping out there.
Landscaping. Oh shit.
But I want to talk about something. I'm going to make a video on this topic. If you can hear me, can you hear me even with the noise? I hope. Tell me, Danny. Don't play games.
Joe, I
Please
can't
play
hear you.
games.
Joe.
All right. Anyway, be that as it may, there's a channel. I'm not going to say what the channel is. There's people out there that are alone. They're all alone, and they try to tell themselves that it's okay. It's not okay to be alone. It's not okay. God forbid something happens, especially if you're older. You need somebody there, to help and for comfort and everything. I always find it kind of interesting that these people who claim I choose to be alone always have a dog, at least one dog, or a cat or multiple cats. So it's interesting how you want to be alone. So I was watching a video by someone saying she chooses to be alone on Thanksgiving and likes it that way. And I just thought, two things. Number one, I give her credit. She says, I'm just going to enjoy dinner by myself. I have to work Wednesday and I got to go back to work on Friday. So Thursday is just 24 hours. I'm going to binge my favorite TV show. I'm going to eat. I'm going to be with my little buddy here, my dog. Yeah, of course. Always your buddy, the dog, right? Because you don't have a person. But the thing is, don't get me wrong. If life hands you lemons, by all means, make lemonade. Try to make the best of it. That's what she's doing. She's going to have a good time. She's not going to let it get her down. Not going to get sad. I applaud her for that. Don't get sad. Try to make the best of it. But don't tell me and that I'm okay. I'd rather do this. I think you're in self-denial. That's what I think about it. I think if you met the right significant other one day, swept you off your feet one day, maybe you find the right significant other, and all of a sudden your channel would suddenly take a different vibe to it. I think you know damn well you want to be with somebody and meet the right person.
Some people prefer it.
I don't believe it.
Always me. Yeah, some people like to be by themselves. They either been through it or they don't want to go through it.
Well, that's not right either, because
No. It's a matter of choice.
if you've been through it already, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be awful again. You got the wrong person. You just go with the wrong person. Doesn't mean you just avoid people the rest of your life. That's ridiculous.
All right. Well, you can call me.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, Robin, she's doing it on purpose. She's talking to her daughter while I'm having a live stream with Joe.
I think she's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, she says say goodbye to her baby girl, her daughter.
All right, I'm done.
You're going to be done. What is it? Was watching that?
I was watching a 1969 police drama, Australia. A young woman pregnant smoking. An older woman said, "Shouldn't smoke when pregnant. It harms the child." So I read. Younger woman says, "Don't believe everything you read." Yeah, it's Danny. But anyway, I just wanted to make it clear that I definitely believe you should make the best out of it. By all means, don't be sad. Don't be unhappy. Try to make the best out of Thanksgiving. She also said she was invited to go to Thanksgiving by some friends or something, but she doesn't like a pity invite.
You know what, Joe? Every day should be Thanksgiving. Every day. Not just one day out of the year. It's just it's commercialized, Thanksgiving. And you know what? It comes around now. I've seen on TV, turkey prices are up. Okay, they're up. Naturally, they're up. Thanksgiving's coming. You got those greedy bastards out there want to rob everybody. You know what a can of coffee costs? Robin says $20. $20. So
you shouldn't be drinking coffee anyway. Drink tea.
No. Coffee's very good for you.
Well, Darryl Strawberry was also a Yankees player too, and I hate the Yankees. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't believe in getting pardoned. I don't believe in that stuff. Do your time.
I don't know what happened. I don't even know what happened.
Bullshit.
Depends on what it is. I believe in doing your time too, but it depends on the crime. Or if there is a crime, maybe there's not a crime.
We're not in the inner circle, the secret society. We're peasants. That's what we are.
She should accept what she calls a pity invite. In order for it to not be a pity situation, she can prepare a good-sized dish to contribute to the meal. And one important thing I forgot to say about this is very important. Okay, so she believes what she believes, but I think she's delusional. I don't believe she's really happy that way. But then she says, if you don't understand why I prefer to be alone and I like being alone, then you're the one that's got a problem, not me. And I'm like, well, you believe that. Tell yourself that all you want, but you got a problem. I think if you believe that look. Now, and by the way, nobody values their alone time more than me. I love alone time, but I don't want to be all alone 24 hours.
You're selfish. No. I know you. You like to be alone. Joe, I know you're tight for money. You got a lot of expenses coming up. For Thanksgiving, you just have a Swanson's turkey dinner. It costs you $6.
No, for Thanksgiving, my girlfriend and I are going out to a nice restaurant to have some dinner. That's what we're going to do.
$150 right there.
Yeah, it won't be 100. Not where we're going.
Oh, McDonald's. Oh shit.
The woman is 60.
This times I like to be alone. I get tired of hearing Robin's mouth.
I mean, believe me, I want to make it clear with that woman again. Listen, I'm going to tell you. I let you other people stay here. If you're gonna keep insulting, that's not gonna fly.
No, I wouldn't put out with it. I block them right away.
So yeah, if the person's 60, it's sour grapes. Then yeah, I think so. But like I said, I'm trying to be fair. I mean, I understand if you are alone, uh, all alone in life, make the best of it. But I don't believe that in her heart of hearts that she wouldn't welcome finding the right partner, the right one.
No.
Saying just any partner, you know, that's how I feel. Saw a photo of a kid holding a big box. Christmas gift was Planet of the Apes treehouse. Oh yeah, yeah. I never had one of those. I had a lot of those Planet of the Apes things, but I never had that. Yeah, alone time is totally different from being totally alone. But not that if it's a situation all the time. But everybody's different. I get that too. But I just don't think if this was someone much younger, then actually there does seem to be a whole generation coming up genuinely not wanting anything to do with relationships ever. Well, that's too, that too, and I think that's probably true for them. But I think I could be wrong. But I think later on, as they get older and have more of this time, and they get older and older, they're going to start thinking, maybe not. Look, I don't believe we're meant to be alone. I don't believe that. I definitely think you make the best of it. I don't fault the woman for having said, I'm not going to get sad. I'm not going to give in to that. I'm not going to succumb to the idea that everybody's always got to have somebody around all the time, and nobody should. I hate that too. What's that song? Darlene Love, I think it is. Nobody should be alone at Christmas. Nobody should. There's some poor people out there that are all alone. And don't make them feel bad. But no, I did. Oh, did I see? Yeah, Caitlin Larkin got the 12 record anthology set from Apple. I didn't watch it. I know she did. I saw the video, but I didn't watch it. I like BB's hippie flower headband in the picture. So anyway, yeah, so I think I covered all those things that I wanted to cover. I got a doctor's appointment coming up. And by the way, BB, you were right. You said to me back in August when the first day or 2 or 3 that I went off my eating routine, you said, are you going to be able to get back? And I said, oh, sure. And I tried right away. Yeah, it took 3 months, 3.5 months. No, because as of now, I've gained back all but 5 pounds. Okay. I had lost 38. I gained back 33. Okay. So there you go.
Lose 38. You lost 28.
No, listen, I'm going to try my best not to call you stupid. Okay. I lost 38 pounds since
Wait a minute.
There we go. I'll shut you up. I lost 38 pounds since January. The mistake I made was I didn't lose that much since March is when I really got serious. I keep saying I lost 38 pounds since March. No. January and February, I had lost, I can't do the math, 8. I lost, look at this fucking asshole laughing. You're just such a jerk. You really are. And I called him a name again because you can't help it. 43 minutes in, I lasted with this guy. Okay? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to give the numbers out, okay, right now.
No.
But the thing is, since March 8th was the day that I started, and from March, I can't do the math because I'm like really.
That's why I'm laughing. Get a calculator right there. Because you are stupid in math. I have to say it.
Yeah. I'm stupid for having you on here week after week with the way you aggravate me.
Shit.
I can't add 30. I look right. There's what it is. I lost 30 pounds in the 5 months. Okay, you understand? From January to March 8th, I lost 8 pounds. Then when I really got serious on March 8th, I lost another 30. So it's 38 pounds total. But I mistakenly say I lost 38 pounds since March. No, That was since January. Big
Right.
flipping deal, Danny. How much have you lost? Many cigarettes have you not smoked?
First of all, my weight stays around the same. Okay, it doesn't fluctuate. Okay,
I'm
and
glad you're different than everybody else.
okay, so you know, we're different
You know?
people.
I'm glad you have a different metabolism, a better metabolism. I'm glad it works for you.
I don't do nothing. I'm on a couch. I get up in the morning. I'm on a couch 10 hours. I can't walk too well. I don't move around.
I've seen you. When we talk on the phone, he's laying down on the couch.
Oh yeah, sure.
He doesn't even sit up. He's laying down.
I want to be comfortable. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't good for my grandfather. Let me tell you. We got.
How long did he live?
To 88.
That's it. It's a good number. 88.
He was in a lot of pain.
They got pills for that. Opioids. They got all kinds of pills.
You're a pill. You're
Tramadol.
You are a pill, man. You are a pill. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you float.
I'm afraid that stupidity always brings out the worst in me. Stupidity? Yes, stupidity.
God bless America. Joe, don't worry, you get on your diet again, okay?
Oh, I will. I absolutely will. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I told you. If you lose 50 pounds,
I made wait a minute. I made this up. I made this suggestion up. Right?
Okay, tell the people.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take it because, well, I said to Danny, I said, we should make a number. He said 50 pounds. He said, I said, okay, if I lose 50 pounds by a certain time, Danny, we got to get together and I got to buy you a veal dinner. You have to eat veal.
Right. Plus, I said I'll give you $100.
No, you didn't. I don't remember you saying that at all.
Yeah,
but I say, I'm not doing this. I don't do this because I want the $100, or I do it because I want to do it for myself, not because I want you to eat veal, not because I want $100. And the other thing is, how are we gonna I'm not gonna do the thing where I take the camera and show you the scale of it. You have to take me at my word, and that's
it's gonna be you gotta be honest. You know what I mean? Of course, when I come down to where you live, I'm gonna bring a scale with me. You know, make sure I verify the weight.
I gotta go put those
I think good lifting weight is good for metabolism. I heard that from a personal trainer.
No, lifting weight when you get old like us is not good. Not good.
Last person you want to listen to is Danny when it comes to any natural health.
They get those dumbbells, they suggest like 10 pounds. You don't need 25, 30 pounds, 40 pounds like that. Nah, it can cause injury,
I mean, Danny knows stuff about, drugs and medication because, he doesn't take care of himself.
The best exercise is either walking or swimming.
Which
no
I do.
jogging. Jogging is something you could do for your spine, and you put the pressure on those knees. Jogging is out.
Boy, I tell you. So anyway, I got a doctor's appointment about 90 minutes from now. Let me talk about that a little bit. Is he going to be in for a surprise? Okay. Because I've gained like 33 pounds back since I last saw him. And the thing is, I'm laughing. I'm trying to make the best of it. The thing is, I saw him on May. I remember I started very seriously in March. I saw the guy in May. I had a blood test. Everything was great. May 1st, he was like, this is amazing. He goes, everything's down. Your blood pressure, your triglycerides, your cholesterol, keep it up. Oh, this is great. Finally. Oh, this is great. And I said, thank you. This is May 1st. He says to me, but there's one question. Can you sustain the diet? And I said, yes, I can. Sure enough, I did. May was good. June was good. July was good. I went to the 4th of July barbecue. I ate only meat and stuff and, vegetable things. I didn't have any bread, no sugar, no crap. I go back to the doctor August 1st. I'm down more weight. He goes, amazing. He goes, this is great. Yeah, I believe you now. You can keep it up. That was August 1st. August 2nd, I started eating crap.
Yo, so you know you do. You go see a different doctor, so you don't have to
No,
pay.
I don't. Wait, I'm not looking to lie to the guy. Look,
Yeah,
let me tell you something. I had a ball. I ate basically, what I wanted to eat, and I had fun. And that's what I did. I did, and now I'm regretting it again, of course. And it's tough to get back. It's tough to
yeah.
get back. That's why on this channel I have a show that I'm doing every Wednesday. And join me on the show Wednesdays, live show, where we talk about trying to eat better, trying to avoid the sugar and the crap, and a support thing for all of us. A support show. It's
My
on
dog
every
is
Wednesday live now. I just started it.
my dog is calling me. Hear him barking. I gotta take him out.
No, I love this. His wife does everything for him, but except take the dogs out.
No, she's getting ready to go to Woodstock. She'll be gone for 2
They
days.
should go to Woodstock. Yeah, okay, whatever.
So I'm gonna invite. I want to invite any women out there that want to come visit me.
Yeah, okay. To what? To watch you rot on the couch?
No. I get a lot of energy in front of.
You can do weighted wristband and ankle bands for while walking. Not super heavy, but still counts and does help.
Right.
We all want to live longer so you can carry on doing streams. Right, exactly. Your doctor's going to be like, Oscar, when he sees that you quit taking care of yourself. Yeah. Hey, look. It is what it is. I can't believe it either. Beetle Babe was saying to me in the comments, she said, at the time, early August, she said, but I don't remember the exact words, but she said something like, do you think you can resist going back? And I said, yeah, I'm doing it now, which I was. At first I did. I spent a few days doing good again right away. But eventually I said, no. And I got addicted to the stuff. It's, you'll burn more calories. Beetle Babe has a good idea about using it. Yeah. Yeah. I've got little 5-pound ones, but each of those add up. That's 20 altogether if you wear all of them at once. I've seen you do some of those walking videos, but I don't remember you wearing the wristbands during that. Or whatever it is. Ankle bands, wristbands. We're waiting for Danny. He's a slave to his dogs. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. I wasn't wearing those when I did the streams, but if I'm not on camera, that's when I use them. Exactly. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Let's wait for the danster. Cheers. How sweet it is. Actually, it's not sweet. It's black tea and milk. And it tastes like it. I think it's good that Danny takes the dogs outside. That's something to get him off the couch. Yeah, exactly. That's the only time he gets off the couch. It's amazing. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. It gets a bit much to hold a tripod on top of those without shaking too much. Yeah, that's another thing. I want to get one of those things, a selfie stick. When you're walking and you put the selfie stick out there. I heard that those things are not allowed. You're not allowed to carry those around in some states. I don't know about New York State. I don't care for F Troop nor Gilligan's Island. I don't like either show, but I'm going to pick one. That's a tough one. I might have to go with Gilligan's Island, although that Wrangler Jane is a cutie. Is Gilman a savage or an eco-warrior? I don't know what you mean. I don't know if you're talking about the creature from the Black Lagoon, so I don't know what that is. But, not necessarily the state bans, but certain areas ban them. Yeah, I got to look into that.
Yeah, but why? What's the reason? So they can give out another fine?
Because they look like freaking weapons, I think.
A lot of bullshit.
Black tea and milk is the British style. I've done that occasionally. Oh, I didn't know that. The ones I have doubles as a tripod. Here's the tripod. Everybody could see the tripod I use. I got this little thing. This is what I use, a little tripod. It looks bigger on here. It looks bigger on here than it is. And I put the camera in here, you know. I mean, I could like hold it down and I guess hold it. That would work. This little tripod. I could do that. Hey, I never thought about that. It's not a full selfie. Well, that really wouldn't help much because I can't cut that far. You know. I don't know. Whatever. I used to. Don Rickles appeared on one as the nephew of the tribal chief, Bald Eagle. Here's you go, Daddy. The reasons are, one, because they can be a weapon, and because they can be disruptive for how much more space you take up walking. Just one person isn't that bad, but what if everyone was using them? Well, everybody knows. I mean, they a lot of the things they think are ridiculous. Like, obviously, not everybody's using them. You could go probably 20 years and not see anybody using them. Maybe one. You know,
I never see them.
I don't know who that is. Transparent one. I don't know who that is. Who's dead? I don't know.
Oh.
I'm coming home. I done my time. It's stuck in my head because it was the radio. They're mowing the grass out here. See, I don't have to mow the lawns out here. They mow them. Selfie sticks kind of died out, but when they were new and trendy, it was a problem for a while.
They shouldn't be cutting grass this time of year.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, maybe they're not cutting grass. Maybe they're doing something, trimming something else. Maybe it's leaf blowers.
Yeah. Cutting season.
Isn't that great, man? How you like raking leaves over there, Danny? How you like it?
No, you know, one thing good about weather change, we get those wind storms like the other day. It blows all the leaves over to my next door neighbors. So I got it made. Yeah, no more. Their lawn's nice and clean. Nice wind, you know, 40 miles an hour like we got. Yeah, all the leaves are gone.
We have goats to keep the grass down here. Eat the grass.
They eat everything. Goats can eat even.
They have some grass. I mean, green grass.
They eat all kinds of shit. You know, they're very useful. You know.
Sure.
And their milk is good. It's better than regular milk.
Okay, Richard Derbyshire has died and composed music for some movies like One Hit Wonderland.
Never heard of him. Yes. Very quiet.
You still want me? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can't get a nice mow that way. I mean, they don't eat. I imagine the goats don't eat everything evenly, like nice.
You know, when they had that the egg shortage, you know, there was people renting chickens out. Renting their chickens out, you know, to other people so they can get eggs. You know.
Eggs and clean up their yards.
Yeah.
Mice.
Yeah, those chickens, they love to eat ticks, like those guinea hens. They love to eat ticks.
I don't know the song Yellow River off the top of my head, but I know Seasons in the Sun. That was a big song when I was a kid, and I like it, even though it's, you know, cheesy.
Yeah, that was Terry Jacks. Yeah.
They get a lot closer to even than you'd expect. So when the goats eat the grass, they get it even.
Yeah. Robin wanted to get one. She said, I said, we're going to keep it in wintertime. downstairs in the basement. I said, no, you're not. I said, you're not going to keep nothing in the basement like you didn't try it with chickens.
Baby goat and a baby cow.
Richard James, I love you.
Seriously, Danny, how loud is that on? Everybody, tell me, how loud is that noise when you hear it out there?
Only when it comes close to it. That's a blower. That's not a lawnmower. I tell you right off the bat.
Got a home. Take it on.
They're right here. James Farley, you used to be right there, man. What happened? You used to be the first one.
You must be on another stream. What? Yeah. Only that. Thank you. She's gonna boil me some eggs for tomorrow. I might have some today. It's gone. I don't hear anything anymore. Oh, you're on mute.
I keep muting the mic.
That's okay. We ain't gotta listen to you. You know. Just woke up, James Farley. What happened?
Should I do a rant video? Live rant? Get out of here, will you?
Joe thinks he owns the place. He doesn't realize it's owned by somebody else. You don't like the people making noise upstairs? You know, when they flush the toilet, you know? They walk around, you know? That's what happens when you live in a complex, you know? Joe, you got to move.
Even when I move, there'll be all kinds of things going on there. That's life. Look at all the crap you got to deal with in that place you live.
Oh, no. It's not,
What does Danny deal with? I do everything.
it's like heaven here. Like heaven. Quiet. You don't hear. You can hear a pin drop outside right now.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that was, you know, I blew into that fan on the side of the computer. I blew into it very hard, and it went away. It must have been dust, you know.
This is true. Even if I've thought of this too, even if you're not in a complex, neighbors can still make up. You can still have neighbors yelling next door, or you could still have dogs barking in the yard. How about these idiots that put dogs outside? They bark all night in the yard. They don't care about anybody else.
There's not too many homes where I live. It's nice and quiet because you can only put a home on. You have to have 2 acres of property to put a home. So that takes care of this area here. They can't build anymore where I live. Just single family homes. That's it.
And the Chinese is buying up everything.
No complex.
I really wish that I shouldn't have deleted that comment by Breach because I've addressed that before. You know, you know better than to ask me that. Breach, you can write that again, and I'll put it on the screen if you want. Put it on. I'd rather have it on the screen to prove you wrong. Okay. You know, it really is incredible to me. You know, it really is incredible. Why even have a dog if you leave it outside all the time, right?
No, my dogs are never outside. Only to go to the bathroom and enjoy the day. You know, the patio is always open, so they can come in and go out anytime they feel like it. You know, and I wouldn't have a dog outside 24/7.
Well, this is either not the real Martin or whatever, or this is him again. You know, being mentally ill again because he's got mental problems. This guy, you know, we know that. But the thing is, you know it's not true. It's a joke. You know I badmouthed the fact. I called them out because they took the woman's song, Woman is the End of the World. They took it off, and I let them have it. And I told them, and still, I was still giving freebies anyway. You know this. You know this. And anytime that I review an album that they give me, I criticize lots of things. Watch the review. Watch the review that I did of that sometime in New York City. I don't like when they take the saxophones off the tracks a lot of times. I criticize things that I don't like about it. I've never been one, and you know that. You know that. You're just trying to do a shtick. And, and this just goes to show you how many times have I allowed you here lately. And I said, it's only a matter of time before this kind of thing starts up. I'm allowing you here, but the stuff you talk about is ridiculous. He asked me earlier, do you praise everything just because Sean sends you things for free? No, I don't. And you know I don't. And you've commented in the past how you give me credit that I don't. So get some mental help, please. I know you're never going to, but please do it.
Joe, man, what does that word mean? What's that word mean? I don't even know.
Sycophant, like when you're a blind, slave to a celebrity, like you just follow them and you're a sycophant.
Oh, yeah, no, I never seen that word before.
A neighbor has a husky that lives outside pretty much 24/7 and never shuts up. Yeah.
Yeah, but the only good thing is where you are, the it doesn't get very cold. So, I can't have my dogs out in the cold, living outside.
Dogs were made that way. They have fur and stuff. They're supposed to live outside in the wild.
Dogs in certain areas.
I'm not going to make a rant video in the doctor's office, and there's no reason to.
Being on our way to Columbia.
Again?
No, I did not backtrack. Absolutely not. I never backtracked. Watch the video again and watch me at the beginning of the video say how much I do not approve of that. Right, it won't freeze death or anything, but it also means no reprieve any time of year. You might be using words that are too big for Danny. One other thing I want to say about this again. I've made this clear 1,000 times, but you see, people who believe what they want to believe don't want to know, and not just you, Breach. I'm talking about anybody out there. The thing is, I've said this a million times. I've talked to them. The exact words that he said was the guy Simon. He said, "You could call us all a bunch of C's, a bunch of effing C's, Joe, and we'd still send it to you." He said that because he says, we want to know what we're doing wrong. We'd like to know so we can improve and do better. We want everybody to be honest. They say that all the time. They want me to tell you, what's it like, though, seriously, being so ill? And I really try to figure this out, and I don't understand it. I'm not a psychiatrist. What's it like where even when you're being cool, even if you come here and you say, I'm just going to talk about Beatles, we'll talk about Beatles. It'll be things like, I'm making some ideas up here. Why did they have Alan Klein when Alan Klein was a snake? Why would John trust Alan Klein? Or Stuart Sutcliffe used to have fights with Paul McCartney. Why? Was Paul McCartney jealous of Stuart? Why did he fight with Stuart? Like, why is it always the negative, the ugly side of life about everything? I don't. That's what I don't understand. And even if you did backtrack, why does it bother anyone? That's a whole nother matter. But I don't backtrack. I'm not going to say, all of a sudden, because they sent me this thing, all of a sudden, I think it's great that Woman is the End of the World is not on the album. It is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. I made it clear. Made it clear in the video after I was given the gift. And then when I met Sean Lennon in person, he came over to me And he saw me. Oh, he says, "Hey, thanks for coming." He said, "Look, I want to tell you. Let me explain." He was explaining to me. He was like, "Look, this is why I did it. You got to understand." And he was like apologizing almost, and he didn't have to do that, but you know.
He's doing a little bit.
I built a cat house for my feral cat. He lives inside, but I put him outside in his cat house a few hours a day. He gets grass and fresh air. Big softy cat. Now, there's a lot of nice, friendly cats out there. Danny likes to think they're all nasty, or they all swat you away when they're finished with you. Baloney.
Yeah, they're very independent. Cats are, they come over, meow, meow. They want food. After they get the food, they disappear. They don't want to be bothered. Anyway,
Not all cats, but that's how Danny thinks. He's like that. Like if a friend lends you money, he goes, "Oh, never should lend you money." There's always trouble when friends lend money. No, there's not. I'm living proof of it. I've lent people money. There's been no problems. They paid me back, and they've lent me money, and I paid them back, and there's been no problem. But he insists, no, there's always problems.
this is Judge Judy's famous words. You want to lose a friend? Lend them money.
You've never had a super lovey one, if that's been your experience with them. Exactly. I've had a lovey cat.
No, we had a cat. We had Fred. He died. He was a good cat. He got along with the 3 dogs we got. But I prefer dogs. They're different. Cats are very independent.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, your cat helps you sleep, brings the ticks in from outside, and they sleep
Dogs
next to
bring
you.
the ticks in big time, man. It's the dogs mostly. I love all animals, even possums. Oh, possums, those things are hideous.
No. There's a story about some, my Shelby. One night, she was running and I heard her growling and stuff like that. And Robin said, "There's a possum out there. Shelby's attacking the possum, right?" So Robin went outside, went on the lawn, and the possum was laying on its back,
playing dead,
with his feet up in the air. Okay, and she went back again to see if it was dead. It disappeared. It was gone.
I was reading a lot about that. People think I was reading just yesterday about possums because it turns out they don't play dead intentionally. It's a reflex to fear. Like if they get really afraid, they go into that happens to them. Like they protect themselves by going into that mode, but they don't make a decision. I'm going to play dead, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to leave. And they can stay like that from minutes to hours.
Yeah.
Until it subsides, then they can move again.
It's amazing nature, and they carry their babies on their back. And they have 52 teeth, but they don't bite. I was worried about them biting the dog. They don't bite. And another thing, another myth about porcupines is they don't throw the quills. They don't throw them like.
What do you call them? What are they called?
Porcupine.
What? Say again.
Porcupine.
Porcupines.
Yeah.
They're called porcupine. What are you?
Porcupine. Whatever. People know what I'm talking about.
Porcupines. Jeez, that's crazy.
You even know that word, huh?
Oh, I know a lot of words. What are you kidding?
Porcupines.
Yeah, but it's not that's not how you pronounce it.
Oh, whatever. There's a group called Porcupines.
You're kidding!
I tell you, Danny, though, when you come here, it's always the same thing. And I like that when you say words wrong. It's funny. It's funny, but you do it all the time.
It goes to show you, I got somebody with me, but I'm secluded. I don't know. This new talk, this new jargon. You know what I mean? Like, she ghosted me. You know.
Oh yeah, that's a new term.
Yeah, or gams. That girl has great gams.
Gam, I told you this. The term gams is not a new term. It's been around since the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
I never heard it before.
You're silly then.
In America, speak English.
I said there's a lot of videos like this now. That's why I'm thinking about possums now. But the thing is, they're all saying they're fake. This is what we live in a time now where we don't know if it's real or not real. I've seen there's tons of these videos going around now, viral videos of possums that they get scared and they go on their backs, and people saying they're fake. So you don't know if it could be real. Now you see a real video and you say, "Oh, that's fake." Or now you see fakes and you think they're real.
Yeah, Robin's seen an alligator saving a baby. No way, that baby would have been eaten.
Yeah, I know. All these freaking videos. People believe them.
That's a super old term.
Hear this? That's a super old term, Danny.
I need basic English in my life.
I heard the term gams in a few movies from the 40s. I like that. I say that a lot just for laughs because it sounds funny. It's a funny term. So even a transparent one spelled it right. Porcupine with a U, Danny.
Porcupine.
Mickey Rooney was using that word in the 30s, gams.
Yeah, I don't watch those old movies like that. They're too old. I can't relate to that stuff.
They're too sophisticated for you.
And everybody is now dead in those movies.
Yeah. What does that got to do with? So you don't watch a movie because everybody's dead in it?
It's depressing because I usually count the people that are no longer with us. It's depressing.
Oh, you're a silly guy, Dan. You deserve a poke in the eyes for that.
You see a movie, you got hundreds of people that do the party or something, and you're thinking, wow, all these people are gone.
You ever see the movie Peach Dragon? Because the transparent one, as I like to call him, Mickey Rooney and Red Buttons ruined Peach Dragon.
Yeah. I was watching a movie with Red Buttons, Poseidon Adventure. Red Buttons is in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, you know who I can't stand in that movie? Carol Lindley. She is so annoying and such a pain in the ass, and I can't move. I can't climb the ladder. I'm frozen. Okay, honey, please put one foot up, one hand at a time. That's right. Go ahead now. Oh, I can't. One other hand. Go ahead, put the other hand up. And then while there's Nine's on the bottom, and he's going, "Hey, what's going on up there? Come on, move. What's going on?" That's me.
Yeah, that was on the other day. I was telling Joe I was watching that movie. The quality of the film was fantastic. It was on the movie channel. Nice and clear, nice, detailed. I have that movie on DVD.
Talking about Shelley Winters here. There's somebody now on the evil Shelley Winters. That's all I'm going to say. But Danny, can you give your best impression of Ozzy's "All Aboard"?
All aboard!
Wait a minute, that's great. I got to put that in a single frame. Hold on a minute. This is your best one. Anybody wants to copy it, here's your opportunity.
Well, what?
Wait a minute, dude. I'm shutting this stupid, annoying leaf blower off. Then I want you to do the best "All Aboard." Ha! Wait.
Tell me when.
Go ahead, do it.
Oh, okay. All aboard! Fucking Ozzy Osbourne, man.
Yeah.
That's what I was just
I miss Ozzy Osbourne. You know, he was one of a kind.
I thought I put him up with no water. Everything's clean.
I view films in their own context. The actors were all alive when they made the film. Oh, of course. Don't go by anything Danny says.
I don't like that one. You know.
I can't watch. I can't watch Lassie knowing that she died. You know, poor Lassie. You know.
What goes up yesterday? So much turned out good. I just haven't thrown together.
Oh, Helen Reddy. I like Helen Reddy. I got the best of Helen Reddy. I am woman, watch me roar. Yeah, yeah. She was good, Helen Reddy. Ozzy Ambrosi. Yeah. Good old Ozzy. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
quite a character.
Yep. You know, everybody's getting up there, you know, and they get health problems coming their way, you know. But what are you gonna do? It's a cycle of life, you know. There's so many people that die in a day, and so many that are born, you know. Imagine nobody died, it wouldn't be room. You know, there's 1 billion people on the planet now. Yeah. I heard my wife telling me her daughter went back to the hospital. She's being transferred to Columbia Presbyterian, you know, because they have heart specialists down there. Because when she was born, Josephine, 7 days old, she had open heart surgery to replace her valves.
Who's this?
Josephine, Robin's daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Being transferred to Columbia Presbyterian. She had eight heart surgeries, open heart surgeries in her life. She's 37.
Terrible.
Because as she grew, the valves had to be changed, you know, because the heart grows. Yeah.
Yeah, he really. He was. You could tell he was, but that's the reason that he gave it his all, and he knew this was his last performance.
Yeah. Yeah, he got hurt on that all-terrain vehicle in the field in England, you know, and he got hurt bad. And then they put rods in his neck and, you know, so on. And then he had later on, I don't know, maybe a couple of years later, he had a major fall, and those rods broke, you know. And I can imagine the pain that he had. And then he developed Parkinson's. And I believe Parkinson's you get from trauma to the body. Because I know somebody that went through that, you know. The guy sold me my house on Walden. He had what they call pericardium. That's a hardening of the skin around the heart. And what they do.
Why are you telling me this? I'm not interested in your life story.
Why do you do that, Joe? You know, I don't understand why you do that.
I look for an excuse to use the clip.
Anytime that I talk about disease or illnesses, Joe,
because nobody here wants to hear about horrible diseases or illness.
I'm talking about this heart surgery. After this guy had this heart surgery where they peeled the skin off his heart, you know, so his heart could pump again. He developed.
You should stop being annoying to me.
It's not often that Danny gets that pissed off, but I think he is. I didn't know this. Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's was triggered after a mishap in the filming of Back to the Future 3. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, Daddy's like took his ball and went home. I can't believe it. You could say what you want about me and my reactions, but I never just up and left. Come on, Danny, grow a pair.
But yeah, you know.
What do I think of the Rondo Hatton films? Well, some of them are not too good. They're kind of dull. I don't really the Brute Man. The Brute Man, kind of dull. House of Horrors is better, but not perfect. My favorite Rondo Hatton movie is actually The Jungle Captive. It's one of the sequels in the Captive Wild Woman series, horror. And he actually has a lot to do in there. That's the most, if you're a fan of Rondo Hatton, he's very good in, for him, he's very good in Captive Wild Woman. The scene in Back to the Future 3 where I never saw Back to the Future 3. I only saw 1. I didn't see 2 either. That scene where they string him up like they're going to hang him, they screwed up and actually did injure his neck during that. His drummer started the same week. Wow. Has he said that himself? Has he attributed that himself to this problem? Oh, Danny's back. What's up, Danny?
I'm telling you, Parkinson's is related to trauma to the body. I'm telling you, I should have been a doctor. Everybody tells me I should have went into the medical field.
Wow, I didn't know this. Wow. Wow, what's up?
Oh God! I got this spray here. This is some good shit. You see that? This stuff numbs your mouth, your lips, your throat, everything instantly.
Danny, I'm not saying this might be a good time for you to eat the hot sauce. That'll clear you up.
No, I don't want to eat hot sauce.
E.T. injured himself when the bike crashed into an overhead cable.
Yeah, so that's my experience with Parkinson's, after injury, major injury.
Okay, Ernest Borgnine, who I like, hated doing Poseidon Adventure. He didn't like Shelley Winters, and he said before every scene, they had to soak him down with water. That's great.
Yeah, that movie was on the other day, like I said, that movie was a dangerous set for them. That metal all over. It looked like a real ship. And metal all over, all kinds of, where you can get hurt very easily in that movie, And I don't know how they filmed the beginning when the boat flipped over and the people falling down and stuff like that. There was no AI back then, so the movie was well done.
Do you think the Shelley Winters death scene was traumatic?
Yes, yeah. And how she died, the way she acted, instead of like somebody's getting strangled, right? In a movie, like after 30 seconds they're dead. Bullshit. It'll take about 3 or 4 minutes before a person dies, But she did it very well as far as the acting scene of her dying. Robin.
Yeah, all I hear is Robin. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. She's talking.
Hey, you got a house to maintain there,
No, there's no house to maintain.
Maybe there's no house to maintain. She does maintain the house.
You get a chance, Joe. You watch the Laughing Policeman. That's a good movie too, with Walter Matthau.
Oh man! So what do I got coming up here? Monday, I'll try to do the movie show Monday. Wait a minute. This is only Friday. Saturday, first I do Catch Up with Mayo. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll be on my Mean Mr. Mayo channel doing Catch Up with Mayo.
Talking about dementia,
Yeah,
Joe.
Give me a break. When you're retired, that's what happens,
No, not normal.
Yeah, okay. You look at this guy talking about what's normal or not. Anyway, so that's so don't forget Saturday tomorrow will be Catch Up with Mayo on the Mean Mr. Mayo channel. And then we have on Monday, that's what I'm gonna be doing, hopefully the movie show of the movie channel, Mr. Cinemayo, which I kind of elongated the name. It used to be Mr. Cinemayo, it still is. But now it's Mr. Cinemayo, and then I put 2 dots, and then I say movies and media. Shelley Winters was a great actor. She did that scene very effectively. Yes, that's dramatic. It's one of those scenes where you go, oh no. Well, it's because you you root for the character and you don't want it to die. But the way she does it, she goes like, something stupid like that. I don't know. Whatever. It's done. It's finished. It's a movie. I like Gene Hackman in that movie.
Yeah, it was a very good movie, you know. Very realistic, you know. There's
I think you can see her bloomers too, right? That scene when she's underwater and she's swimming, and there's no way Gene Hackman would still be alive. I mean, he's under the water too much, trying to hold his breath when that wall falls on him, and then she's swimming around in a dress coat and see her bloomers or something, or a big gams. She got big gams in that scene under the water.
a very good movie.
That's not really a good. Usually, Mad Magazine has a good title. That's not a good one. There. Yep. So, an hour from now, well, probably not an hour because they're always late at the doctor's office. I'm one of those people. I like to get there nice and early. If my appointment's 10:30, I'll walk in 10:15.
It ain't gonna do you no good.
11 o'clock. 11.
It ain't gonna do you no good. That's just a waste.
Hey, my time is just as valuable as theirs.
No, they don't think that.
I know they don't think that. I know that.
No. Anyway, you go.
We're just going to talk. I'm going to tell them. I like to tell them everything. Just for a laugh.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get older. You end up seeing a doctor.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
This guy, man. Whoa-wee. Mr. Gloom and Doom. Danny, can I ask you something?
Wait another
you're always gloom and doom. Why?
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Now, I was invited here. You knew I was coming.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
I wonder if they're friends in heaven.
That's another thing I always wondered, like if somebody like murders you or something, and then I like to think that they don't make it. If there's heaven, they never make it. They never can be redeemed, even after they find Jesus, But anyway, or something bad, your father didn't treat you well or something, or your mother didn't treat you well. Then you go to heaven, and it's like you're there. What happens?
Then you
what happens if you had an affair? Somebody had an affair, and then you see the person that your husband had an affair with or something. Like, why does that work?
And then every time we lose a pet, they give us a sheet of paper that says the Rainbow Bridge, and that's a story about when you pass over, you're going to meet all the animals that you had in the past when you were alive.
Believe that.
They're all going to be greeting you.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I truly believe it.
Just to make pet owners feel good in the
No. I totally believe it because that story was written many years ago, and I believe it.
What does that got to do with it? Because the story was written many, many years ago. It's true.
So, they got the Rainbow Bridge.
The Rainbow Bridge. And all I know is when I go up there, and I will go up there, I don't want to have a lot of freaking dogs jumping up at me and stuff like that.
No, you won't see them. You didn't have no animals, so you're not gonna. Maybe the
Oh, so,
dogs you were a
so
kid.
you're like Archie Bunker. You make up these things. Oh, so that's how you see.
You didn't have no pets. You know.
Yeah, I had pets. Of course, I had pets. I had a dog, and I had multiple cats.
So God's gonna say to you, Joe, I'm glad you're here with me on the right side of me. If you didn't have any animals in the past, you take the right gate. Okay, go through that gate.
Get out of here.
Get to
This
the
guy,
left gate.
you know what happens when you die. Get out of here. Take the right gate. So I'm still sitting with my head leaning forward.
Wait a
You know,
minute, I gotta
it's
yell.
not supposed to keep. My neck doctor, the physical therapist says, keep your ears back, like on your shoulders. Like, don't put your ears forward.
I gotta remind my wife of everything. Okay, I've been hearing these eggs bouncing around in the pan because the water's boiling for about 20 minutes. Okay, once the water comes to a boil, you got a hard boiled egg in 5 minutes after it comes to a boil. She's talking on the phone. Okay, thank God I'm here because what happens is it'll be gone so long that the water's going to evaporate, and then all of a sudden we're going to have a problem. Unbelievable. So that's why I muted myself. I had a reminder that the eggs are done.
Were fans as divided on Real Love and Free as a Bird as they were on Now and Then? I think they always were divided, but what? So what? Again, we're talking about division again, and we're talking about the nasty side of fandom. Why? Why? But anyway, Now and Then, I don't care what anybody says. I love Now and Then. Love it. It's gotten to the point where I think it's the best of the three. So I had a dream last night that I was riding in a car or something with my childhood dog. We stopped and she walked out into a field, and I was happy to see her alive again.
Yeah. How do you know you really didn't have a meeting with that dog? Your spirit come out, and you were actually with the dog. Yeah. I gotta read some books really on authors that interpret dreams. Yeah. I know when my mother always told me when you dream about losing teeth, somebody you know is going to die.
That's nonsense.
I'm telling you.
I don't care what your mother said. She doesn't know.
Where did they pull your teeth? It could be me. It doesn't have to be family. Wait, 'cause I know they're going to say, Joe, we're going to have to extract that tooth. It's cracked all the way down.
Wait a minute. I think that's what's going to happen too. So don't sit here and tell me I told you so.
Well, $350 for extraction is better than $2,000 for a root canal.
Beetle Babe heard that superstition too. Well, I agree. Yeah. Well, he's always looking to save money, Danny. The problem is I need teeth back in the back to grind my food with. Now, I got one up here, and the back one up here is there, and then the two molars in front of it are both extracted. So I got one molar up here that I love that molar, man. Oh, because I chew my food on it, and the other side I'm missing one. It's like you got to have some teeth back there to chew with, right, Danny?
Yeah, you can eat puree food, all ground up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you get old. You lose your teeth.
Beetle Babe heard that superstition too. It hasn't always held true though. It's other things too about losing your teeth. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I know that's a common dream. I've heard, it's a common dream. I also had a dream about my glasses breaking, one frame and then the other glass. Because I used the computer. When I woke up, I immediately checked my glasses. That's another thing. I've got to get new glasses. I tried doing it. I'm clearly through the readers here, the reading part of the lower, and you're not supposed to do it. You're supposed to get separate glasses for the computer. Wow. Danny, I think this is one of our better shows. I don't know why. You feeling that or you're not?
You should have two pair of glasses, one for distance and one for reading, instead of having that bifocal bullshit.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I just said this is one of our better shows, and now he's causing me to really go tear into him. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, some people require that, like myself. I need to have both, either progressives or bifocals. I need both. I need to look up and distance up and near down. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Don't go like this. I shouldn't do that today. keep taking the glass.
You're gonna poke yourself in the eye, then you have to see an eye doctor. So you better be careful.
You're a tough person to deal with, Danny. Very tough. Very tough. They don't make them as much. They don't make numbskulls like you that often. They really just don't.
You know, be surprised how intelligent I am.
In some ways, you know things, but when it comes to like common sense and things, you don't have any idea.
Oh,
I don't always agree with that. Because, well, you do have dreams, I'm sure, of things we worry about. But there's things like I'm not even thinking of a certain person at all, and I'll dream about them. Or, there's no rhyme or reason to it at all. Like, for example, I still occasionally have dreams about my stupid job that I hated. But I don't think about it. When I'm conscious and awake, I never think about that place. I never think about it. I guess it was a better show because I wasn't here most of it.
You're right. You're right, James. You're right. What are you going to do?
Well, I hear you. What can I say, Danny? It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't.
This year is almost over already.
26. I don't like that number, 2026.
Yeah?
What's your blood sugar like, Danny? It was almost 200 before. Did it go down? It should have went down, right?
No, it went down. When I start moving around, it'll go down.
Let me see what it is, Danny. It was 196 before. It went down. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, it went down, sure. But now more.
Disappointing. It's good when it's like 300. It's funny.
No. It's very dangerous.
Most of my dreams are things I wasn't consciously thinking about.
Yeah, it sucks when you have a dream and you wake up and you can't remember. You try to piece your dreams, and sometimes you just can't get nothing out of it. And then sometimes you remember parts of the dream, and then you can go from there.
That's true. Now, this is an interesting comment. As much as Paul has carried the Beatles' legacy forward, imagine how different it would all be had John lived. You're wrong. You might be right, actually. I should rephrase that. You could be right, but you might be wrong. The thing I'm trying to explain is, and I've said this to people many times, they all think, how would it be if John was alive? How would it be if he hadn't died? How would it be? The thing is, there was a time, when Paul wasn't playing all Beatles songs in his thing either. If Paul had died in 1979, say, you would have died. He would have died with you, Breach, thinking that Paul would never play a lot of Beatles songs. He never would. He never did. In other words, people tend to only go by how the person was before they died. Like, because John didn't seem like the type to carry the Beatles' legacy forward in 1980, you think he never would have. If John lived, he might have changed into doing like Paul. He might have really been Beatle fanatic. There was a time when Ringo didn't want to talk about the Beatles at all. If you mentioned the Beatles, he would like, I'm not here to talk about the Beatles. I'm here to talk about Caveman, my movie. I don't want to talk about the Beatles of 20 years ago. I don't want to talk about it. Now he embraces the Beatles very much, and he's mellowed. So to sit there and say automatically it would be different if John had lived, nobody here knows exactly how John would have behaved. John always changed like the wind. Exactly. Oh man, the thing that concerns me is even with that cavity, I call it a cavity, with the pain on that tooth, Danny. Even the good one above it hurts too. I don't know if it's all related, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about this is, you see, there's another example. When John was alive, he was a supporter of Beatle Fest. That's true. He supported the Beatles first one. He said, "I'm all for it. I'm a Beatles fan too." And throughout the years, John donated guitars and things to auction off. John was very supportive of the Beatle Fest. But by the same token, that doesn't mean that if he were alive today, he'd still be supporting it. Maybe today he'd be against the Beatle Fest. It's ridiculous to people, to think. And this is true. And he also sent May Pang to pick up memorabilia. John actually collected Beatles stuff to a point. He liked bootlegs, and he used to ask her to go and pick up some bootlegs. They used to have bootlegs at the fest, John spoke much more positively about the Beatles in his final interviews. He actually spoke positively about the Beatles off and on throughout his 70s too, So it depends, when you got him, what mood he was in, Okay, boy, it's like I really got to think about winding this up, but I'm having too much fun here with Danny. He looks really thrilled. Danny does not like Beatle talk.
No, I do not.
He does not like Beatles talk.
We don't know what John would have did as far as this or that is concerned.
And also, you don't know how he would be politically either. Get that?
Yeah,
remember that too.
Everybody's talking for him.
Yeah.
45 years next month he's gone. 45 years.
45 years, buddy boy. Yeah, Alice Cooper.
Yes. I got my Alice over here. See? Got my Alice right there.
You're kidding!
It's a great box set. It's got a nice booklet. It's got all good songs on there, even before he was Alice Cooper. The Spiders, there's songs on there from that. He started all that stuff before Kiss.
Hello, Dino. You're a little late. We're gonna have to go any minute now. I gotta go, but
he's always got the replay.
That's true, Josh. John's gone longer than he was here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that John would have always been a little suspicious of all politicians, no matter what their party is. Well, the last thing he said in his last RKO interview, hours before he died, was that I remember, I don't know this exactly, but he said something about, he says, in a Beatle book here, I see a young John Lennon saying, quote, "No phony politicians are ever going to get through to me." Well, he says, I'll tell you what, I'll take the phony politician now because I don't think all politicians are phony anymore. He said, I won't even stereotype politicians now. That's what he said at 1980. So, yeah, Peter Boothroyd. You're the one, James. I knew there was a bone I wanted to pick with you, and I couldn't think of what it was. And that's what it was. I saw you on another chat in the comments, and you said something like, Peter Boothroyd didn't look happy to meet Joe. There's some nonsense like that. And as Peter said himself, he explained it right in the chat, so you know the answer to that. Peter came, we met, we had a great time. We talked a long time. He's a really nice guy. We got along wonderfully. And I kept asking him, do you want to be in the video? No, he didn't want to be in the video. He really didn't want to. So I said, okay, if you don't want to be in the record store video, you don't have to be, but I'd like you to. Then near the end of his visit, he said, I got an idea. How about if we just pan the camera and people be browsing and you meet somebody browsing through the records, and it'll be me, and I'll just say, "Oh, hiya, Joe, how you doing? Oh, come on." And just like that, like a cameo appearance, and leave people guessing, who's that? Is it Peter? That's the whole answer to that. Nothing mysterious, nothing underhanded. So that's all there was. And for a while, people didn't even know it was him. I thought it'd be, he thought it was a good idea. I thought it was a good idea too.
I said the same thing to myself. How come they ain't talking?
And meanwhile, he was Peter. If you're listening, you talked my ear off, man. The guy was talking and talking and talking. We talked a lot. We talked a long time. Well, he was only there about 45 minutes. He came and we talked the whole time. We didn't stop. No, you're not an idiot. This guy here. See, I'm picking on Danny.
You can't help it, Mr. Farley. Funny stuff.
Oh, Danny. What do you? So anyway, what did you do yesterday? Anything interesting?
No, talk to you. I think
Yeah.
I went out yesterday. Where did we go yesterday? I was out for a while. Me and Robin went out. Oh, pick up a medicine. Yeah, I had a problem with it. He almost got killed. Almost got killed yesterday.
Oh, boy, you had a busy day.
Yeah, I went to a couple of places, you know. My brother's in the hospital.
Oh man, even with 2 Tylenol, man. I took 2 Tylenol at 4:00 in the morning. The last 8 hours. Well, I don't want to take them too much, man.
But Joe, you don't believe in medicine. What happened?
Well, I believe in it. You're such an ass. You're such an ass. I don't believe in medicine. I rarely ever take them. If I took, I don't think I took 10 Tylenol in my entire 60+ years. What is with you? If it actually bothers me enough, then I have to succumb to it. But I don't actually. I've had many headaches and things in my life where I just lay down, go to sleep, and it goes away. I don't like taking medicine.
Well, you say there's natural things for this, natural things for that.
They're all cloves. I don't have oil of clove with me at 4:00 in the morning. Okay.
You have it because you've been having teeth problems. Keep it. You don't have oral gel. Everybody has oral gel.
I do have oral gel. I told you that on the phone.
I know you did. So use it.
But why didn't I take it? Because I try not to. Exactly.
Oral gel ain't gonna hurt you.
Yeah, nothing. You're one of these people that takes pills. You love pills. You love drugs. You love taking pills for everything. Show the box of pills you got there.
Oh, sure.
You tell them you don't take no pain meds or nothing.
Look at this. Look at this.
You don't take pain meds.
Yeah, it's my medicine.
Well, anyway, I got to say though, Danny and I think, had a really good conversation the other day. Seriously, we had a good conversation. We were talking about our collections, and we talked about we're getting older, how we can play all our records, the movies, all that. And that's why I'm going to start a new show on my main Mr. Mayo channel. It's going to be called something like Collector's Craze, Crazy Collectors, or something like that, where we're going to just get together, talk about collecting and cutting back, or people who don't cut back, and what we, this whole thing of the art of collecting and how crazy it is. Crazy in a like crazy good sense, like, yeah, it's crazy, man, crazy, because all collectors, I believe, enjoy it. Let's jump up and down for collecting. Absolutely.
Yeah, and when is enough as far as collecting?
Yeah, when is enough for us? Enough for me. And again, like I said, like the Target green vinyl came out for the new Wings compilation. I didn't buy it. I could have went to Target. In the old days, I would have went and got it. But that doesn't mean, I always have to say this, and it's a shame. That doesn't mean that there are not going to be times. Like there'll be some other time, maybe like 2 or 3 more Target color vinyl will come out, and I'm not interested. Then all of a sudden, there's one I do want. And I'll go to Target, and they'll say, some Weisenheimer will say, "Oh, I thought you weren't buying colored vinyl at Target anymore, Joe." Yeah, I avoided 10, and now I want this one. I'm cutting it way down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nobody's going to live long enough to wear out their records. And I remember also saying to people with VHS videotapes, I remember saying, "Oh, if you watch videotape 100 times, it goes blank. It wears off. You aren't going to watch a videotape 100 times." Now, my ESP has struck again. Here's Lynette. I said, I haven't heard from Lynette in a long time. Just last night. I think what happened was I saw You saw Paul McCartney, right, Lynette? You went to see Paul McCartney, and I saw a picture of you, and I gave it a thumbs up, a like, and here you are. And I said, "Where's Lynette? She hasn't been here. Now you're here." Chaos and collecting. I don't know if I'll use that, but I'm looking for something like that. Hello, Gary. Thank you. You joined late, but I'm going to have to leave soon.
Good morning.
Good morning. 2 hours. But thank you for being here. There you go. There you go. See this guy? He used to take that many prescriptions. Now he takes 0. Why does he take 0? Because he doesn't eat any sugar or carbs or any of the crap you eat, Danny.
No.
Yeah,
one medicine is atorvastatin for cholesterol, 2 blood pressure, and what else do I take? That's it.
Let's see. I'm sure there'll be some box sets, of course, that you'll want. Absolutely. Walls and Bridges, I'm in. Rubber Soul, I'm in. Whatever. Sure. Joe, what was the first Beatles color vinyl you bought? I know I actually have an answer to that. There was Decagon singles, the 45s. The Beatles when they had the Decca tapes auditions. I bought I don't know how many there were, 7 of them, something like that, 6, 7 of them. I bought them in 1977 when I was just 15. I bought them. Yep, I still love them. Older I get, it's getting easier to pass things up. Absolutely. The desire surprisingly goes away in about a week. Now, of course, I picked up a Partridge Family album the other day. You got bozos out there, So he's buying a Partridge Family album. I saw Paul, 3rd row, and it was amazing. Was anybody standing up blocking your view? Because I hate that. They should have their heads chopped off wrong. Now here's a good title, Fab Grab. Nah, I like it, but it doesn't fit that. The whole cash grab thing, what bull that, It's true that it's that these things are cash grabs, but everything's been a cash grab. When the Beatles put out their first single and Love Me Do, guess what? Parlophone was doing a cash grab. They were hoping to sell a lot of copies and make money off this thing. Everything's a cash grab, and it's normal.
Right.
I'm 73. I've never had to take regular prescriptions. Well, count your lucky stars, man. Hello, Uncle Paul. Good to see you here. Decagon singles with great picture sleeves made by the late Joe Pope. Right, Joe Pope of Strawberry Fields. Was it Strawberry Fields fan magazine? Yeah, I'm going to have to get going soon, folks. I got to get to the doctor, and he's going to be in for a shock when he finds out the last 3 months since I saw him. I abandoned my plan, but I'm back on the plan now, at least half. Everyone stood pretty much the whole time. That's bull. That's bull. I'm sorry. The only time people sat down, I stayed standing, and Paul pointed at me. Well, that's good. I'm sorry. That's bull, and I do not believe in that. But what are you all curmudgeon? There's people who can't stand. There are people who cannot stand. I'm not saying me, I can stand still, but there are people that can't stand. And it's not fair that they should see your back through the whole freaking show. Stay in your damn seat. Sorry, Lynette. Not just you, but everybody, Stay in your seat. Anyway. What Gary B mentioned, I can identify with that. A lot of times there'll be a movie or album box that I think I'm going to get that. And after a week or two, it's not so appealing. Absolutely. And there's just too much stuff around here that have not been touched for 10 years or more. How's your neck? Well, I'm superstitious. It's been better lately. That's all I could say. I'm doing exercise.
What's mommy?
Standing doesn't make the experience better. We don't stand at the movies. Well, I understand, but even like Lynette says below, there's a difference, People want to dance. It's ridiculous, though. We were dancing, man. To be fair, my back is a good view, too. Oh, I don't doubt that. But still. Yeah, well, you're not there to dance. I'm sorry, But there is a difference. Movies really don't, because like Lynette says, the idea is you want to move the groove to the music. But, just sit down. Look, I'm sorry. That's why I think I'll always prefer when it comes to shows to sit up like in the mezzanine and stuff with a swoop, Definitely. Danny, how you feeling today?
Okay, I'm checking eBay because I ordered a part for my car, and it's out for delivery. I'm feeling good, but I thought you meant it because I was spaced out a little bit. I was looking at something. Yeah, I feel all right. Thank God. I hope you're feeling good too. I hope everybody's feeling good. What's the matter, Bob? This friggin' dog. He barks. He's telling me he wants to go out.
I gotta wind this up, so let's do it. If you're down in the very front, that kind of is the designated dancing area. Well, it is in theory, but it shouldn't be. Or after you buy it, it's no longer appealing when you buy something. Demi Moore is 63. I've just seen a photo that's blown my mind. I think she looks like she's had work. Well, could be wrong.
Yeah, there's a picture
I
real.
did think Peter admits it. I did talk your ear off and laugh out loud. That's true, to be honest. By the way, no problem. No problem with that, Peter. Lynette says it's not easy standing for 3 hours at my age. Okay, I hear that. Yeah, Ringo announced tour dates. No, I'm not going to Ringo. Well, first of all, he's not playing. He's playing in the West. He's playing in California. He's not playing in New York area. But he played New York area in 2025, and I just didn't go this year. That's it, folks. Thank you for being here. We'll do it again, hopefully next Friday. Subscribe to this channel, please, if you haven't. I really could use it. And I'm trying to get up to 1,000 views. It'll take a long time. I think Danny's getting his dog in a picture. All right, there he is. All right, so talk to you all soon.
Goodbye, everybody.
Cheers.